You guys, I gotta tell you about some research that I've been doing on atheism and the link to Santa Claus. Now, I'm not making this up. This is not a joke. There is a link between atheism and Santa Claus, and I can prove it scientifically. What I mean is that Santa Claus, or may I say the lack thereof, causes atheism. This is an absolutely 100% serious video. So hear me out. I recently made a video where I talked about my theory. At the time, it was only a theory that atheists have become atheists because they found out there is no Santa, and what it did is it did something in their mind, like a watch when the spring breaks and the gears all break. It went and it like did something to them. Now I can prove it. Look at that cop right there in that white cop car waiting for people to speed. Well, I'm obeying the law, officer. Well, I can prove it because I did some research, and when you think of atheists, right, and you guys can verify this out, verify that I'm saying the truth, you can check it all out. When you think of atheists, who's a famous atheist? Well, the most famous one in the world is Richard Dawkins. He's like the Elvis of atheism. I'm just a hunk of burning non-belief. I'm just a hunk of burning non-belief. He don't believe in anything. But I'm going to tell you something else he doesn't believe in. He don't believe in Santa. Now, now, I found out, I'm not making this up, this is not a joke video, that he went to a kindergarten or elementary school. I can't remember which one, to be honest with you, but I know it was younger kids that believed in Santa. And he did a speech there telling them about how there is no Santa. Hey, look at this beautiful train here going in. That's awesome. And he told them there is no Santa and you need to, get with reality and stuff. As I tap my finger to my chin, this is actually playing more into my theory, which I'm not going to call it a theory anymore, I'm going to call it a scientific fact, that Santa Claus will lead to atheism, I should say. What happens is this. An atheist is a child, when they're a child, we've all been a child, and they find out, they believe in Santa, right? And they find out one day, after they've had all this belief, follow me here, in Santa Claus, they find out that, although Santa Claus is a historical figure, they find out, come a little closer, they find out that Santa doesn't exist. And when they find out that Santa doesn't exist, it rocks their world. They don't know how to handle it. Here's something they believed in all their life doesn't exist. And what happens is then they refuse to believe in other things. It's like they're angry at God. They say, I'm not going to get tricked again. I'm not going to believe in God too. He's probably like Santa. I kid you not. This is exactly what causes atheism. Now, there's a friend of mine on YouTube. I know he's going to see this video. I can't remember his channel name exactly, so I don't want to butcher it. But he'll post below. And he was saying, Shock, you're right. He goes, I always get atheists talking about Santa. I go, I'm telling you, they got something with Santa and the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny. So the other day, I said, why don't you make a video about atheism and we'll test this theory and see if they start saying, yeah, but what about Santa? Boo-hoo, So he did a video, and he comes over to my channel, he emails me, and he goes, oh my gosh, Shock, these atheists were talking about Santa Claus. He's like, you're right. I go, I tell you, Santa Claus causes atheism. These atheists, you guys, on YouTube, listen, you and I, we need to have mercy and compassion on their sweet little hearts. They're just a child that found out that there is no Santa, and they're hurting inside. What they want is a hug. They want us to feel sorry for them because there is no Santa, and they have not got over it from their childhood. They have not grown up. So I want to speak on behalf of all atheists everywhere. Look, we love you guys. I know you're hurt that there is no Santa. I know it ripped your heart out and then threw it up against the wall like that Homer Simpson's cartoon when he got his heart broken for the first time. But you've got to get over this Santa syndrome. You've got to lift yourself up. You've got to move on. Life continues. You've got to forget about Santa breaking your heart. Now, what I suggest you guys do is read the Bible. That's what I did. I used to be an atheist. Sure, I was sad that Santa didn't exist. But you know what? You weep a few tears and then you get on with life. So here all this time, we thought atheism was some big, mystery. All it is Santa Claus. It's the Santa syndrome. And I've proven it here on YouTube. We've documented it. We've investigated it. We've researched it. Every atheist talks about Santa. They got a deep-rooted problem with Santa. What we got to do as a community on YouTube to help these atheists, we need to start a Santa Claus Anonymous club, sort of like Alcoholics Anonymous. And we're going to get these atheists to believe in God again. Well, anyways, that's my scientific theory. I hope you guys click the subscribe button. And this is the ex-atheist, now a Christian. I got two things. I got a brain and I got a heart, and I became a Christian. Yes, it did hurt my feelings, I'll be honest with you, when I found out about Santa, but I grew up and I became a man. And I got in the Bible, and I started reading, and I believe in God. I believe Jesus is the Son of God. I am not faithless, but I believe. Talk to you guys later, and have a great week.